Macklemore. Can we go thrift shopping?
No.
Is that really a pumpkin? No.
It's all clear. Hello, welcome to LTM Movie Reviews. We'll get you caught up on the oldest movies. Let's talk about Toy Story. Now, before I talk about the movie itself, I do need to address what CGI meant in the 90s. You had movies like Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, and Terminator 2 being so successful. And the film industry kind of got really ticked off because of all the CGI kind of felt like they were more like gimmicks more than they were trying to make movies. So early mid 90s kind of suffered a lot, but the only movies that were successful at the time were Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, and Forrest Gump. All three movies used CGI, but only as an effect. But when Toy Story came out, the first ever computer animated movie that ever hit the silver screen, it kind of changed the world forever. I mean, this is one of the few kids movies that changed everything when it first came out, and Toy Story is a great film. You have Woody the Cowboy, played by Tom Hanks, who is a toy who lives in Andy's room, and on Andy's birthday, he finds out that there's this new toy in town called Buzz Lightyear, played by Tim Allen. And Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear, becomes the new hit in the room. And Woody gets jealous. So Woody takes Buzz out of the picture, and then now all of Woody's friends are mad at him, and now it's up to Woody to save Buzz. But it's going to be hard because they end up in Sid's yard, and now they have to try to figure out to get back home before Andy moves. What I like about this film, okay, well, what can I say that's already been said? I mean, this is a movie that changed the test of time. This is what made animated films what they have today. This became the first computer animated film ever made. And this is a great film. Now, some could argue that the writing is a little weak, but there is an execution to this. Because of the new style that they had back then, it kind of works. Now, the characters, what can I say? They're just great characters. I love the voice acting. I love the character development. I love the relationship between Buzz and Woody. I like all the great, it's just a great idea. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a movie about toys coming to life and while the kids aren't around or something like that? It's just a very unique concept. The animation is a bit dated, but since it is the first computer animated film, that one kind of gets a pass, since technically it was the first of its kind. Though I will admit some of the CGI on the dog and sometimes the humans do kind of look a bit awkward. But then again, that's the 90s for you. The writing, although done to death, there's just something about it that kind of makes it unique than other buddy comedies. I mean, we've seen the buddy comedy where one person doesn't like the other person, now they have to try to get along at the end. But this one kind of served a little bit of an execution, mostly because it's done by toys, and like I said, this was the first of its kind to do something in a unique way. So overall, I really enjoyed this film. It's a classic. You can understand why it has a lot of sequels, which I'm going to talk about 2 and 3 in the next few minutes. It understands what it wants to be. It knows what it wants to be. It wants to be a movie for both kids and adults, not just kids. And it's probably one of the best 90s films along with The Lion King. It's a really great film. I give it a 10 out of 10. It deserves the praise it deserves. And now I'll be right back with the second Toy Story movie. This is LTM, and I'll be right back with you.
Excuse me, sir. I hope my horrible ideas won't be a distraction to you.
They took it to 10. Просто и обеспечить согласны и в этот момент все мои сюжеты по твоим картинкам. Девочка разноцветная витаминка.
I'm Jason. I like to kill people. No, I'm Freddy Krueger. I like to kill people too. Well, why don't you fight for me, buddy? Oh, hi guys, welcome back. So now let's talk about the second Toy Story movie. So in Toy Story 2, Woody and Buzz are back, but they have this garage sale that's going on, and then you got this toy keeper named Al who kidnaps Woody and takes him to his hotel room or apartment or whatever, and now he meets Jessie and Bullseye and Stinky Pete. And now Woody has to decide if he wants to stay with Jessie and the gang or if he wants to go back home with Andy while he's on his camp and Buzz Lightyear. And meanwhile, Buzz Lightyear and his friends are off to go save him. The thing about Toy Story 2 is that nobody thought back then that Pixar could make a sequel. I mean, it was one of those rare moments in history that any other studio at that time would make a sequel that was better than the original. I mean, for me, it's not as good as the original and the one we're about to get to in a minute, but it's kind of rare these days that some people would consider Toy Story 2 better than the first one. And while some can understand why, I might be on the same track. I mean, I really enjoy the second one more than the first, to be honest. I know it's kind of rare these days, but for me, Toy Story 2 knows what it wants to be still. It still keeps the same spirit as the original, the same look. It doesn't change anything. It's not a repeat. It knows what it needs. It knows what it wants to be. And while sequels back then were never as good as the first, this could have been the first one that's actually better than the original back then, if you don't count the Star Wars movies. So what I like about the second one is the soundtrack. I like the emotional aspects. I love the characters in this one. I do like how toys actually have a big backstory. And I do like the relationship between Jessie and Woody. And I do like the funny moments. I think this is probably one of the funniest movies in the series. Love the soundtrack, When She Loves Me, Woody's Roundup. It's got a good soundtrack, and I like to listen to it once in a while. So overall, I know this is kind of a short one, but while I can't say Toy Story 2 is probably the best sequel out there, I will say it is the best of the movies in my opinion. And the third movie, well, we'll get to that. And movie 4 hasn't come out yet, but I'm really still looking forward to it. Though I really think they should have ended with the third movie, but you know how Pixar. But anyways, Toy Story 2 gets a 10 out of 10. It knew what it wanted to be. It knows exactly what it wants. And now we'll be right back with the third movie. Alright, this is LTM, and I'll be right back one more time. But first I'm going to play with my toys.
Lisa, what is all that damn noise?
Well, Dad, saxophone is my passion.
Alright, that's it! I'm sick of the noise!
What you playing?
Playing Mortal Kombat.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm gonna do to you. If you don't give me my mother money. Yep, gonna do one of those. Gonna do one of those too. Oh yeah, you better believe I'm gonna do one of those. I don't know why you find this so funny, Damien. I'm gonna hurt you. Clock's ticking, bitch.
Okay guys, welcome back. Let's talk about the third movie in the trilogy. This is the one that everybody went crazy for. It was nominated for Best Picture. It was the first movie to gross over $1 billion. It was a really, really big hit. So, what do I think of the third movie in the Toy Story trilogy? Although I enjoy this film a lot and it took a lot of risks, I can't say it's as good as the first two. And I will explain in a minute. But first, let's talk about the plot. Andy's all grown up now. He's going to college, but the toys don't know what to do because they don't want to be thrown away. And now they ended up in this daycare ruled by Lotso, this mean teddy bear who has a really, really sad but kind of silly backstory. And it kind of gets pretty dark here and there. And now it's up for the toys, and now they have to get out of this daycare. And then Woody is separated from the just like in the second movie, he does get separated again with the group, and now they have to go back with Andy. They either want to go back with Andy, or they either find something else somewhere else. To either find another place to live. So, like I said, why do I have to like this one? There's a couple things that keep me away from liking it. I thought the ending was a little too cheesy. It's not bad, and I think it's a perfect way to end everything off. It did get me crying once in a while. It's just, I thought it was a little too risque, maybe a little too cheesy, a little too playing with the audience. The other thing is that the subplot with Woody getting separated from the group, I felt like it was a rehash of the second movie, what the second movie did, where Woody gets kidnapped or Woody gets separated from his friends. Felt like it was a repeat. But those are the only two complaints I have. I really enjoyed this film. It's not the second movie, but it's a very perfect way to end off the franchise. It has great animation. The soundtrack is really good, especially Randy Newman. Randy Newman's a good guy when it comes to songs. Characters are lovable. It knew what it wanted to be. It's still Toy Story. It knows what it wants to do. It kind of understands what it wants. Let's see. And overall, I can't say it's as good as the first two, but it is still a wonderful movie to go check out if you haven't seen it. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a very good movie. Not the first two, but it's still an awesome way to end off the trilogy. Thank you guys for watching my trilogy review of Toy Story. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, comment below, let me know. This is LTM, signing out.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I love my swamp. What?
Get me a princess or I will kill you.
Oh, okay.
And I'm Donkey.
This is my swamp. Later.
Ha! I'm Thanos! Who's gonna stop me?
Have no fear! Captain America's here.
What the hell are you gonna do? All you have is a shield.
Well, you know, I can block stuff.
Block this, you pansy!
You know what? You're being a real dick, Thanos. Hey, why is your face purple and your arms are white?
I'm old. I have psoriasis, you asshole.
I will stop you!
What the hell are you supposed to be?
I'm Ant-Man!
Did Honey shrink the kids again?
You have no room to talk. You look like you just got teabagged by Barney!
What's your power, little man?
Well, I can shrink really small.
I wonder what else is small.
I can also kick myself in the head.
You guys are pathetic. Is there anyone else?
Oh, this better be important. I was on a date.
Who are you on a date with? Your cousin?
Real funny. It was my second cousin. And you know what? Your chin reminds me of these balls of this dude I used to bang. All saggy and shit.
Who the are you?
You're cute. Hey, tell Snow White and the other 6 little babies I said what's up.
I'm here!
Who are you?
I'm the new Captain America.
Captain America is black now?
Yeah, I'm retiring. There's just not enough diversity in this group. Way too many white people.
You look like Frozone. But I do love me some dark chocolate.
Do love me some big white girls.
Ah! Hulk smash!
Damn, you're sexy. I've always wanted me a Jolly Green Giant.
Damn, Hulk, you got a little thick there, buddy. Might want to hit that keto diet, man.
I look like The Rock. What are you talking about?
Okay, Hulk, you think you're thick? Check out this cake right here, bud.
Get in my belly, you little ant-man!
Did you eat the Michelin Man and Peter Griffin and Precious and Fat Albert and the whole hometown buffet?
I will crush your brittle bones, old lady! Send you right back to the nursing home!
God, I don't got time for this. My tender's blowing up.
All right, you know what? Enough talk. Time to die, Thanos.
Come on, man. I thought you retired.
Dude, nobody likes you anymore. Give it up, all right? Let the black guy shine for once.
Hey, Captain America, look right here.
Damn it.
Gotcha, bitch. I'm gonna snap my finger on the count of 3 and you're all gonna die. 1, 2.
Whoa, wait! Can we at least get some music going here? I don't want to die without a good jam.
All right, fine.
All the small things.
Of all songs you're gonna play, you pick this one. Very funny.
My goodness, you guys are picky.
I'm blue, I've been deed, I've been died, I've been deed, I've been died, I've been deed.
I f***ing hate Blue! Screen or die!
No, hey, he's right. This song sucks. Next.
Fine.
Now let me see everybody do this. Hey, let's go! Snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it.
Wow. Same thing happened when I took shrooms for the first time.
Man, I love Little John.